Hi folks, it's Evo here from Thundermist Lure Company. Great to see you and welcome to today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. I am boatless today, folks. No boatless angler, but I am boatless. And today, folks, it's all about that carp bite. So I've got myself rigged up with a T-turn bait rig. This is a carp rig number 5B. All the bait rigs come with a T-turn, which is great because it keeps me tangle free. And I've loaded my hook up with corn, as you can see there. Now, I'm using corn on my hook. I also brought some bait pockets with me for carp. If I see gobies are taking my bait and stealing my bait, I'll use a bait pocket, because with a bait pocket, they can't take my bait. So, I'm going to cast my line out. What I did was, I just chummed the area with a handful of corn. And what that chum is going to do, if the carp, as they're moving along looking for feed, they find that corn, that chum, and they'll stick around. And it'll keep them in the area, and it gets them a little excited about feeding. So a little bit of chum goes a long way. So I've chummed the area. I've got my bait. My hook is completely covered with corn. And now it's just a matter of sitting and waiting for a bite. So we got a north wind today, a little bit of a cold front came through. Hopefully that doesn't impact the bite. But here's the thing with carp fishing, folks. It's easy to do. You're using corn. And in fact, here in Ontario with corn, you could use multiple rods, at least 3 fishing rods if you're using corn for bait. If you're using worms, you can't do that. But with corn, you can. And the beauty is, carp are readily available all throughout North America. You can get some really big ones, but even the small ones will give you a good fight. So it's a lot of fun to do. It's relaxing, rewarding, and it gets you out and enjoying the outdoors. So I'm going to put my rod down, keep it relatively close. I'm not going to keep a tight line. I'm going to keep it a little bit loose. Find the spot here in the rocks. Just a little bit loose, and then I'm actually going to watch the line and watch the line. If I see my line twitching and twitching, that's a bite, and that's when I'll set the hook. Okay, so it's a nice day, and that little bit of cooler weather is actually quite nice. And let me get a rock here and get myself set up. I think I can find a rock or two here. Okay, keep that line a little loose. And just like that, I've got 14-pound test line, fluorocarbon, and all the bait rigs come with fluorocarbon. This one is the carp rig number 5B. You could also get these rigs with circle hooks. Anyhow, I'm all set. I've got the tackle, I've got the bait. It's a beautiful day. All we need are for the fish to cooperate. Stay tuned, folks. I'm on, folks. I am on. Wow. Yes. A nice bite. He picked it up. Beautiful, beautiful bite. That loose line method, folks. Just leave a little bit of slack in your line, and the reason I like to do that is that it's very, very sensitive as opposed to watching the rod tip. You watch your line and you can see those little twitches, and when you see that, just get ready, because you've got one on the bite. Okay, now he doesn't feel very big, but should loosen up on my drag just the same. And let's see what we got here, folks. Yeah, they get really, really, oh, that's not a bad size one. Not a bad size one. Not a bad size one at all. And you got to watch when they get close to shore. You got a lot more pressure on your line. He's taking a little bit of drag. Oh yeah, that's a decent sized carp, folks. Decent sized carp. Yeah. Oh, you gotta love this carp fishing. You can't muscle them in either. Wow. Wow, the power. Oh, drag, drag, drag. They got a lot of power. They got those big, thick, wide tails, and they got a lot of power. Wow, this guy is still green, folks. That's a good sized carp. Now, they get a lot bigger, don't get me wrong, but for this area here, that's a nice sized carp, folks. And he is not done yet. See that? Love that T-turn swivel, folks. That's why I love these rigs. No tangles, no line twist. That's very important as well. These carp, they go all over, they roll, they're kind of like channel cats. They do that kind of fighting. Wow. Bigger than I thought. Still not ready. Okay. Nice carp, really nice carp, folks. Look at that. Real nice carp. Oh, yes. Oh, he's still full of energy and still green. Wow. That is a nice carp. Still full of energy. All right. Wow. I'm going to get that hook out and kind of keep him in the water while I do that. And then I'm going to grab a quick photo and we're going to let this guy go. It's actually a little bit bigger than I thought. That's a decent sized carp right there, folks. That's heavy, heavy, heavy. It's like a big female full of eggs. Heavy, heavy, heavy carp. Wow. Okay, we're just gonna let this guy go. But look at that. Wow. Get that fin out of the net. There we go. Wow. That's heavy, heavy, heavy. Look how thick. Thick fish. Big, thick, heavy fish. Look at the belly on it. Okay, buddy, we're gonna let you go. Oh, what a nice little release. Love it when you see him just swim away like that. Nice and slowly. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna get my line. I'm gonna rig up with some more corn. It looks like my line went through the net here and back in there. So we're gonna get that out, get it loaded up with corn and right back out there again. But here's the thing, folks. There are tons of boatless angling opportunities out there. Enjoy the nature, enjoy the great weather, and enjoy the great fishing. Wherever you're tuning in from, I want to thank you for spending time with me on today's episode of Thundermist Fishing Tips. And as always, folks, until next time, good luck and good fishing. That was a nice sized carp. And yes, they get a lot bigger.